If you own a small business and you've been thinking about getting a small business loan for an upcoming opportunity, you might want to check out Fundera. This Fundera review will help you get the information you need to know whether or not this alternative lender can be of help to you. Before we get going, let me tell you about myself. I'm not a licensed credit advisor. This review is my opinion only. I am a small business owner. This review is not sponsored by Fundera. It is, however, sponsored by BestSmallBusinessLoans.com. BestSmallBusinessLoans.com is a great website for information about lending sources and a must-read for anyone exploring these opportunities. With BestSmallBusinessLoans.com, you can review a lot of options in a short period of time. Let's get started with what is Fundera and what are some of its loan types that they offer. We'll talk about their strengths and we'll talk about the application process, what kind of screens you can go through and expect to see, the qualifications and so forth. We'll also talk about the rates and payments and what customers have to say about Fundera as well. First off, what is Fundera? Fundera is an alternative lender that operates both as a direct lender and a loan marketplace. What this means is that Fundera may choose to take the entire loan, to fund the entire loan themselves, or to partner up with one of the people that they have matched you with. And that allows for a lot of flexibility and speed for you, the customer of the loan. When you look at the Fundera website, right at the beginning, it features the fact that they will compare small business loan options, many of them all at once. And that means you get a wide array of loans that you can be offered. Fundera's strength is that they have many types of loans, but it's also true that you can get loans with a relatively low credit score. That's because there are so many opportunities. They have a comprehensive matching algorithm and they have a high approval rate. Let's look at some of the loan types they offer. Small business administration loans, term loans, business line of credit, equipment financing, invoice financing, microloans, commercial real estate, merchant cash advances. That's a lot of loans. Let's look at some of the rates you can get for each of the loans. As you can expect, there's a wide variation. The rates may not be typical for every customer. However, they make for some interesting comparisons. Have a look here at the small business administration loans. You could get them as low as 2.75%. That's fantastic. Term loans and business lines of credit start at just 7%. That's not bad either. But the top end, 30% or 25%, points out something that you need to be aware of as a small business owner. If you were to carry a term loan for 5 years at 30% interest, you might end up paying double the original amount of the loan in order to have that loan in the first place. That doesn't make business sense to most small business owners. So these kinds of loans need to be the kind of thing that you can pay back rather quickly. Look at the equipment financing. 4% to 40%, there's a big variation there. Of course, it has a lot to do with what kind of equipment you're getting a loan for. How fast does it depreciate? How much does it cost? How important is it to your business? How long does it hold its resale value? So there are a lot of variations in all of these loans. Let's look at this one down here, commercial real estate. It's interesting that they can offer loans as low as 5% and as high as 30%. Well, any one of those numbers might work depending on what the real estate opportunity is. Is it a quick flip or is it something long term, an office that could develop into a lot of new profitability? Fundera has a wide array of opportunities to get you the right loan that fits. The term lengths for these loans, of course, go along with the loan rate. The lower the rate, the longer the term payment might be available to you, but everything is variable depending on what kind of loan you get. For example, the small business administration loan might carry out to 30 years and the commercial real estate to 25, but most loans are going to be around 5 or 6 years or less. So especially the invoice financing and merchant cash advance, these are very short-term loans based on cash flow that your business is experiencing. Now let's look at some of the information you'll need to provide to qualify for the loan. If we look here, you can see it's pretty standard stuff. You'll need personal information for identification. You'll need 3 to 6 months of business bank statements, personal and business tax returns, and of course you'll want to make sure you can give them evidence of no recent bankruptcies. You'll also want to provide your profit and loss statement. That's because, of course, it is a comprehensive application process. In fact, let's look at the application process and some of the screens you can expect to see. When you apply for the loan, you'll see screens that ask about you and your location, pretty standard stuff. Most of the information that Fundera has you go through is pretty straightforward. The screens are easy to get through. The only thing about them is there's a lot of them. In fact, as I went through this, I noticed that there were 22 different screens that ask for information. Most of the screens that you'll see are just single question answers that you can quickly provide. But it's all part of a comprehensive matching algorithm that allows them to give you as many opportunities as possible. So although it will take longer than maybe you might experience with some other alternative lenders, it's worth it to see it through. So let's talk about who Fundera's lending solutions are best tailored to work for. Well, to be honest, most companies can benefit from them because they have such a wide and varied matching algorithm. However, it tends to work best with companies that have loyal customers, that have long-running solid businesses, and especially those that have good opportunities up in front of them. Because those are the companies that can take a loan and pay it back before its scheduled term, which means that they're probably going to make the loan work out the best possible way for them. In fact, let's look now at what customers say about Fundera. Well, they have good things to say. They say that Fundera is fast, they have great customer service, and that there are many opportunities of different loans that get offered to them. In fact, if you look at the reviews from Trustpilot, you'll see that they have an 88% excellent rating. That's amazing. Look at these reviews. 95% of the 821 reviews are in the top two categories, either excellent or great. Less than 5% of customers have some experience that is anything other than that. That's a really strong track record for Fundera. In fact, if you want to find out more detail about Fundera and about what its customers say, you'll want to check out the full review at bestsmallbusinessloans.com. There's a lot of good information there. I think you'll be glad you did.